Hi, my name is Zaina. I'm the interior designer of Kenara location with Lazy Boy, and I'm here to share my favorite design story. So I met my client first time here in the house after she worked with Michelle in the store for a couple of times in Canada, looking for dining and browsing a little bit of ideas of the living, dining, and everything else in the house. She wasn't sure what she wanted to do in the house, and she heard about the design program, so it was a great idea for us to come in the house and take a look and see what we can do here for a change. The initial meeting was here in the house where I brought a lot of fabrics, rugs, and textures to see how it looks. I did ask her to send me pictures before so I know what to bring with me. So a lot of inspiration of what to bring with me in the house was actually the architecture detail of the space and how it's done. It's beautifully done. It's one of our Shio homes from, I think it was 2013. I think 2013. And they've done a really good job in the details in the house, so it was very exciting for me to furnish the space, especially that it's timeless. The texture is very organic and airy, fresh. So I brought the stuff in the house. We looked at it. It's the first time I met her here in the house, and we discussed individual rooms and what possible to do here and there. There wasn't a lot of furniture picked, and this is where I asked her and her husband to come to the store so we can actually finalize the details of the furniture. We met in the store the second time where I actually pointed out the pieces that I think would work. It wasn't a full presentation, it was more like a store tour to solidify the idea and make sure what I'm going to present in the presentation is actually comfortable, it's the style they met, and we clicked more in the store because a lot of the pieces they sat on was nice. We wanted a lot of that postmodern look, which was completely achieved in the end results. So they sat in a lot of pieces. I showed them lots of fabrics. There was a lot of discussion of leather and fabric, and so we did a really nice combination of both to make it more interesting in texture. I love the house, and that was very exciting for me to actually start the process. Like when I walked in, it's the flat rustic floor is amazing. They did a really good job in all the details in the ceiling and all the accents, that it was a big inspiration. So I actually enjoyed every part of it. I knew right away what to do when I walked in just by talking to her and seeing the house itself. It was kind of a big inspiration of where to start and how to do it. I had a clear vision of what would fit properly. My favorite, I really love them all. The dining table have a bit of a soft spot for me. It's like I love how bright it is. You don't get to enjoy like an off-white chairs in a dining room in all the house. So it was great that we can achieve that. It looks very glamoury and rustic in the same time. So I love that postmodern look that we went throughout. I love all the organic textures that we used throughout, that vintage wood. I love the mixture of all those textures, rugged, the ceramic in the table, the glass, even combine it with the wood chest that she have and all of that. It's made a really nice, interesting, organic textures throughout the house and make it really natural, and that what make it timeless. Like she wanted that modern look but cozy. We wanted the gray but we didn't want it cold, so having all that combination of textures and color palettes between cool and white made it really cozy and inviting for the house, and that was the main thing she wanted, which turned out really well. So I think my favorite is that it's actually turned out the way I want it after the vision, and she's happy about it, and that's the best thing I want to see. It's pretty easy room. I think in the family room, the most challenge was the requirement of to achieve what they want. Like everybody wanted to watch TV together at the same time, and there's only the place where we put the TV above the fireplace. So the cuddler came in really handy. So it's not a straight sofa that they can actually couple of people can sit and lounge and look toward the TV. Having the recliners, we love the power, so having the power, like the battery bundle where there's no wires around the room, the battery pack, so no wires run into the room, but they can still enjoy the power, was a great idea in front of the TV, so it kind of solved that problem. The chair and a half in the corner filled in that corner without doing too many pieces of furniture and kind of closed that conversation. And then for all the recliners and lounging to work, we did the round tables in the middle, so it's easy traffic to go around the room and go in and out easily and still look great. There was a lot of inspiration of what I picked from the conversation I had. So first, like, to know what to put for her was more getting to know her and see what personality, how they live, what she really wanted to achieve. She didn't have a defined idea of like the style, but she loved the space, and the architecture detail of the space was a big inspiration. She owned a couple of pieces that were great, like in the sitting room, those bamboo chairs with the white leather were a big inspiration to start in this room, so we had to work with that. So that was kind of where that theme continued. Coming into the house facing the dining room, so we want this two spaces to be kind of symmetry in terms of how they flow together, but they're nice and airy. That part of the house is a bit darker, so we went lighter on the furniture, more inviting. It's used less, so it's not where the family eat and sit and lounge, so it allowed us to go lighter on fabrics and make it more bright. Lots of eye-clean fabric, which was great to do. The pieces that she owned was a lot of inspiration too, together with the architecture details of how to continue the textures and a lot of the continuing the accessories, the tabletops and the artwork. We do a lot of thinking for you, so you don't have to feel overwhelmed that you're not sure what to do, especially if you don't know what you want. Looking at inspiration pictures helps the designer a lot to get to know the person. It's hard. A lot of people say, I saw this picture in Pinterest and I did it and it doesn't look the same. So working with a professional help, because it's not just implementing the colors you see in an image, it's how you done it, where, how much of that texture, the proportion of things, and the amount of each color makes a difference of the result. So the inspiration photos help the designer just redesign it right to fit in that space, to get the end results to be the way the people want in their home, inspired by the pictures they love. It's always nice to do a full layout that is open, because you make sure the whole thing flow. A lot of time we do a specific room, but it doesn't really flow with the others because it's totally different. They're very different in this house, but it's the flow throughout. And I think it's also because it's more my style as well. So I enjoyed doing it because it's what I would do for myself as well. So that made it easier. And I think that's why we got along a lot in the process, because we kind of on the same page and how we love texture and styles and a lot of things. So I enjoyed it.